Hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the home of the Blue Devils. Reading High School is where we come to you tonight with Cincinnati Hills League's action, where the Blue Devils will play host to the Braves of Indian Hill. David Terry along with Dwayne Reed getting ready to tip things off here on Winter Homecoming night. And I believe you said Tony Pike was the man that collected the crown.
Yes, well, Tony Pike, it's been his year, David. You know, he makes the ICRC All-Team. You know,
Hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the home of the Blue Devils. Reading High School is where we come to you tonight with Cincinnati Hills League's action, where the Blue Devils will play host to the Braves of Indian Hill. David Terry along with Dwayne Reed getting ready to tip things off here on Winter Homecoming night. And I believe you said Tony Pike was the man that collected the crown.
yes, well, Tony Pike, it's been his year, David. You know, he makes the ICRC All-Team. You know, and that's what I like about these Blue Devils, Dave. We see this in a lot of the small schools. Here's three guys that carry the burden for this Blue Devil team that were the same names that we talked about during the high school football season this year.
You're absolutely right. Reading comes into tonight's contest 8-3 overall, 6-2 in the conference. As far as the Braves from Indian Hill, 7-5 and 4-4, likewise in the conference. Last games for both of these ball clubs. Reading Wednesday night defeated Taylor by a final score of 65-40. As far as Indian Hill, also on Wednesday night was their last game, where they defeated Marymount by a final score of 64-52. The interesting notes I've made so far for tonight's game: for Reading, after 3 straight losses in December, Reading has won their last 6 games in a row. As for the Braves of Indian Hill, they do it in threes, is what I'd like to call it. Not necessarily shooting them, but doing it in threes. They've run up 3 straight wins, followed by 3 straight losses. That's the way their season's went so far. After their last win Wednesday night, they could be heading back on another one of those 3-game winning streaks. The last meeting between these two teams was on December 17th. Indian Hill won that contest by a final of 54-46. You told me as we sat down here to discuss this tonight, the interesting stat and the reason the game came out that way was the fact of fouls. Indian Hill went to the line 29 times and made 23 of them, or 79%.
Dave, that's huge. When you're putting them on the line that many times, you know, you're a double bonus in both periods of play. And that's just not going to work well for you. If you're going to send them to the line that much, especially a good free throw shooting team, you're going to get beat.
And we're going to go ahead and now do our national anthem.
The concert choir, thank you.
open three. Got it! And Hugh pulls up from about 12. Oh! Are you kidding me? Oh, nice backdoor cut. Oh, Walton, what a feed. As we get set, as we come back from the Reading Concert Choir, giving us the national anthem, we'll turn it over to the PA announcer for tonight's starting lineups in this Cincinnati Hills League game.
Is Mr. Scott Brewer from Orthopedic Physical Therapy Associates. The team manager is Tony Coles. The assistant coaches are Johnny Martin, Jerry Shelton, Bill Stidham, and Nick Baltimore. The head coach in his 11th season is Mr. Rich Bensman. Starting lineups for tonight for the Indian Hill Braves. At forward, a 6'2 junior, number 32, Brandon Miller. At forward, a 6'3 senior, number 45, Eric Shaw. At center, a 6'6 junior, number 42, Will Nolte. At guard, a 6' junior, number 12, Phil Madden. And the other guard is a 6'1 junior, number 23, John Beatty. Let's welcome the reigning Ohio High School State Basketball Champions, the Reading Blue Devils. At forward, a 6'5 senior, number 22, Tony Pike. At forward, a 6'3 junior, number 21, Nick Berter. At center, a 6'6" junior, number 10, Jeremy Overbeck. At guard, a 5'9" junior, number 3, Rodney Stidham. And the other guard is a 6'1" senior, number 23, Johnny Gertz.
There you have it, folks. Tonight's starting lineup, and like you said, there's a couple of guys right there that won the ICRC Football All-Stars team for 2003.
A lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, David. And I'll tell you one thing. We just saw Reading's version of the Lambeau Leap. The team going up there, jumping into the Blue Crew.
The Blue Crew.
I'm sorry, the Braves. That's what they're calling their guys over on the other side. They said they had to bring some noise because they're planning on trying to rival the Blue Crew. I don't see it happening, not here in Reading.
As you check out tonight's starting lineup, we were talking specifically about Pike and Berger, not to forget about Mr. Gertz, another fine player for that Blue Devil football team, as we set to tip things off out of bounds. And I think we're going to go ahead and say that's going to be
Jason Overbeck climbed the ladder for
Braves
that one and
basketball.
swatted away, knocks it right over to the scorer's table. Unable to get after it.
Our officials for tonight's game, Robert Sagers Sr., Gene Smith, and Randy Yunker. And just to let you know about Mr. Robert Sagers Sr., he's just voted into the Ohio High School Athletic Association officials as an official in the Hall of Fame for both basketball and football.
Congrats to Bobby Sagers, and he's certainly earned it. He's been doing this for a long time.
Ball's batted away. And also want to take a quick mention about our friend Gene Smith out there. He's trailing up across the half-court line right now.
Oh, two big steals there for Jason Overbeck. He's going to protect that paint. He's got that big wingspan and just changing the passing lanes in there.
Shot by Pike up and no good. Rebound comes down to the Braves. Brought across the timeline as they'll set up the offense. Brandon Miller has the ball in his hands and he'll give it up as they swing it around to the near side. Stidham all over him defensively.
Stidham was all over. I thought we was going to see another steal there.
They swing it around top to the big man now, back over here to the near
but
side
Reading
of the court.
unable to convert on any of the steals and turnovers that they've created.
Almost lost the handle on the basketball, looking to get it inside.
But they have not given the Braves a shot yet this period.
Tough defensive pressure.
Oh,
There's
another
a steal.
This one's going.
Stidham will take it straight down. Left hand, can't get it to fall.
Oh.
Rebound comes down off the glass and good. Nick Berger. Stidham didn't use the backboard there, and that
Yeah,
one came
you got
back
to
in and out.
use that glass. That's what it's up there for.
So here they go the other way, the Braves. Baseline, off, shot put up, off target. Down come with the rebound comes Jeremy Overbeck, and now the Blue Devils will head across the timeline. Stidham doesn't score a lot of points for the Blue Devils, Wayne, but he's the guy that distributes the basketball, the big assist man for this team. They'll swing it back out top to Stidham, looking inside, turnaround jumper, can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound, and it comes down into the hands of the big man for the Braves, Will Nolte. Madden with the basketball in his hands. He'll try to lay up a left-hander, and it looks like it's going to be blocked away by Jeremy Overbeck. It'll still remain Braves basketball as we see our first substitution in the game tonight. Checking into the game will be John Wolfenden, and checking out of the game will be number 45, Eric Shaw. Nolte gets the ball in bounds, gets it back. Now he's going to pull up, take the jumper, no good. Backside rebound comes down in the hands of Nick Berger, and he'll quickly push it up the court. Three-pointer on the way, count it! John Gertz! Whistle and a foul going to be called against Stidham. Rodney Stidham will get called for his first foul. That'll be the team's first. Gene Smith called him for a hand check in the backcourt.
Yep, Gene right there, and you know, they got to watch that. That's what got him in trouble last time.
He's another great official that we've had the privilege of doing a game with him as well. And we're going to have a whistle and offensive foul. Robert Saggers is calling pushing off.
The coaching staff over here, but that pushing goes both ways. He didn't drop his shoulder and initiate the contact.
Phil Madden gets whistled for that one, so pushing one way, pushing the other. Stidham now with a basketball. Madden's going to guard him tight. Make him earn it.
The officials are already saying, we're going to keep this tight, fellas. We're not going to let this game get out of control.
Tony Pike can't get it to go. Looked like an offensive rebound and a foul.
Jeremy Overbeck, I believe,
I didn't think they were going to call it until he lost the handle on the basketball, and then that's when they whistled him for it. You're right. So Overbeck's first, team second. We're right at 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter of action. 5-0 is our score. Reading on top. We're going to continue that man-to-man pressure on that basketball, Dwayne, all the way up the court. Swing it out top. Not looking for the shot. They'll swing it over in the corner.
Well, let's see if they use Nolte to pound on Overbeck. He's got the size advantage weight-wise, but Overbeck certainly's got the leaps and the and I guess the wingspan, if you will.
Nolte trying to back down, gets his man in the air, puts it up. Nice job by Nolte.
Oh, Nolte with the head fake. And when you get your guy up in the air like that, that's a good time to drop a shoulder right in the chin.
He wasn't backing down, then he turned and faced the basket and got his man up out of position. And that's going to be Overbeck's second foul. So two rather quickly here with less than about 3.5 minutes, Dwayne. Nolte knocks that one down for his first point, team's first point. 5-1 is our score.
Well, Dave, that's the first good look they've had at the baskets thus far, really.
Second one by Nolte, a little short arm, but manages to rattle down through the cylinder. Man-to-man pressure on the basketball both ways.
Rich Benjamin, he's telling his guys, come on, we got to move without the ball. Movement.
Long skip pass over the top of the defense. A deep three off the back of the iron.
Way to follow his shot. But he was deep, David. He was standing there right in the middle of that Blue Devil emblem.
Budwig with the basketball now for Indian Hill, and he'll give it up near side to Madden as they continue to move the ball along the perimeter. Dwayne, they keep trying to dump it down inside to Nolte.
Well, they're trying to get it to Nolte, but they've got a little double team action coming on him. He's got some help in the backside. They've got Tony Pike.
Looks like he stepped on the line, and that's going to be a turnover committed by Stephen Budwig.
Well, Tony Pike did a really smart switch off that time and used the backboard as an added defender, David. He had nowhere to go. The end line caught him.
So Rodney Stidham with a basketball in his hands as he casually dribbles up uncontested this time.
Well, David, we're seeing a real defensive struggle here. Both teams.
Three-pointer on the way, short off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down to the hands of Eric Shaw, who's just checked back into the basketball game. The defensive pressure on both sides, Dwayne, has just been at a very high level.
There has not been very many shots where somebody has not had a hand in their face.
Got him up in the air. Now a pull up for the jumper. That's long and hard off the
way
glass.
off. You know, you can hear Rich Bensman at the other end of the scorer's table telling him to move. If you're running a motion offense, the first part of that is you got to have motion.
Motion. Oh, that's three. Oh, how did he get that to go down? Did Berger hand in his face, and he still managed to knock it down. 8-2 now, Reading on top.
Well, Dave, that's a Trey with a facial.
They'll kick it around top, looking to get the ball down inside to Shaw. He's guarded heavily down there on the low blocks.
Well, Will Nolte's still got. You just got to keep banging. They switched him off now. They got Tony Pike on him.
Contact on the baseline, no call, and now there's going to be a whistle out top. Robert Sagers is going to call that offensive. Looked like he may have lowered that shoulder.
Oh, he's got all the coaching staff up over here from the Braves.
Check it out right here, Dwayne.
Good call. Good call. He had dropped his shoulder, Dave. He initiated the contact. The defender was moving his feet.
Well, that's going to be Madden's second foul. Looks like they'll check him out of the ball game. So all of a sudden in this first quarter, we've got one player from each team in some considerable foul situation, and that's Jeremy Overbeck with 2, along with Phil Madden with 2 for the Braves.
Oh, nice
straight
layup.
off the glass. Looked like it got partially blocked from behind. They try to get it inside. Turnaround jumper. Good.
Nice shot.
Nick Berger's on fire right now.
Yeah,
Dwayne.
Nick Berger's in it. He's
it's all looking good.
Yeah. Well, David, I'll tell you what's been the key of this game so far is that tenacious defense from these Blue Devils. And they only gave Nolte a quick spell. They're going to send him back in.
Has a look behind the arc, deep, well off the mark. Berger has it. They're going to quickly run it up the court.
Yeah, pull it back out. He doesn't have nothing.
Trying to get it inside. Turnaround jumper from about 12. Bingo!
Tony Pike had lane, but he felt the 10-footer. Good call for the timeout.
Jim Prew's seen enough.
Jimmy Prew has seen enough, and good timeout right there. He can't let this game get out of control.
Got 1:13 to go, Dwayne, in the first quarter. 12-2, a 10-point differential in favor of the Blue Devils of Reading right now. You're Jimmy Prew. What are you telling these guys?
Well, you got to start working the ball around. They're going to have to start picking and rolling. Use the big man, bring him up top, let him pick a little bit. They banged him soft enough down below. They're not working it in. Now bring him up, change a different angle. Bring him in from the high post. Let him bang a little bit. Let him. You know, there's a pick. That's a wall. It's a moving wall. Put him right out there. Bam. Let him roll to the hoop.
And Indian Hill will inbounds the basketball just in front of us. They get it into Stephen Budwig once again.
Well, they've got to do some pick and roll to get some shots off because this defense has been in their face all night.
Indian Hill just trying to do something with the basketball. They work it around the perimeter, but they can't seem to get it in. Now they're going to try to Nolte. Tries to get Pike in the air. Nolte can't get it to go.
Good job, and that's what Pike should do, or whoever's defending Nolte. Just play the tree. Put your hands and arms up, because he's not known to be a jumper. Don't try to swat that ball away. Just make him change his shot. And they did that time.
Berger with a running one-hander, can't get it to go. Comes down in hands of Braves. Man, our statistician tonight here at Reading is on top of things. Kevin Dallas is doing everything right so far as that shot's off the mark. And right now, at that timeout break, Indian Hill had not made a basket.
Oh, nice look inside.
Oh, up and
with the left-handed hook. I don't know if he's left-handed, but it looked good to me.
Indian Hill has not made a basket or field goal from the floor tonight.
And Eddie Wirtz, I think we've said that name from the football team as well. Oh, big
Pike
bound.
with the ball,
Pike.
almost had it stripped away. His time expires here in a very heated first quarter of action from Reading High School.
All defense all the way. And the Blue Devils are just playing some. I mean, every shot was contested. You got to, if you're Coach Bensman, you got to be super happy with the performance of your team.
Well, Kevin Dallas is no doubt going to give his stats here in about another 30 seconds. But there's the stat: 0 for 5 from the floor at the timeout break. The only 2 points they've made came from the line tonight from Nolte.
Dave, I'm going to tell you what, hats off to Kevin. He's going to make us look a lot smarter than we really are tonight, that's for sure.
You got that right so far. Well, point totals the way I have it, I've got Berger right now. Dwayne looks like he's got 7 points, Pike with 2, Gertz with 3, Wirtz with 2. And as we just said, Will Nolte, the only 2 points on the board coming from the charity stripe. Big quarter right there for the Blue Devils.
And neither team is shooting the lights out as far as field goal percentage. But the Reading Blue Devils are just getting more shots on goal. And that's, you get enough shots, you're going to put some of them in.
Well, they're
Indian
0 from 8 from the floor right now is Indian Hill.
Indian Hill's
versus 6 of 14 for Reading.
Right, and Indian Hill's going to have to figure out a way to get some open shots.
Pike has the basketball right now. Wanted to go inside to Berger, but elected to swing. Oh, nice head fake. Straight to the rack and up and good. Little finger roll from Mason Smith.
Mason Smith's going to come in and he's going to say, hey, I might be a Mason, but I'm not a brick Mason. I'm going to lay that one in there nice.
We had a card carrying member last game, didn't we?
Yeah, but he was a workhorse, too. I liked him. I liked him.
Turnaround jumper. Finally got it to go.
There we go. There we go.
John
That's what
Beatty.
they needed. That's what the Braves needed. They needed to break that ice bucket.
So Beatty with the first field goal, good for the Braves.
Tony Pike with a little razzle-dazzle and dribble between
Oh, he
his
likes
legs.
it from the corner. Tony Pike drills it in from
Well,
3
they're going to have,
points.
Will Nolte is going to have a tough time trying to stay out there and play Tony Pike outside. Tony Pike will have an advantage because of his quickness.
He's in there guarding on Nolte. Nolte comes down with it, backs his way
Oh,
in.
nice
job.
muscle move. He went up on 2 guys that time.
I got a feeling that's the way you got to go. You got to get the ball into Nolte and let him do his
exactly,
work.
and smart. But I like the heady play there by Tony Pike. He didn't try to do nothing crazy. He just held his position, made him try to hold his shot, and didn't try to get make everything happen. This will be an interesting matchup out here because Tony Pike, for a big man, can't shoot the tray.
And he's going to do so right now. Bingo!
Oh!
Tony Pike's
You can't give him 2 steps, Willie. You cannot give him 2 steps. He's going to pull up and he's going to start testing your range.
He's
gonna
got
try
8
to bring
points
him
on the
out.
night. It's 22-6 right now
There
in
we
favor
go.
of the Blue
There
Devils.
we go.
Straight down the lane, dish
There we go.
off the
Charge
glass, going the other way, Robert Saggart says.
That's 3 charges on the Braves, Dave.
I think that's whistled against Madden, and that's going to be Madden's third foul.
And all 3 charges, Dave, all offensive.
Yeah, 2 charges and the 1 push-off up top.
Right.
But still trying to create.
1 push off up top is a charge. They still call it a charge.
Basically, offensive.
Put his hand behind his head.
With the basketball now, Gertz will give it up. Pike, they'll swing it around. Looking for Gertz again. Skip it over the top. Mason with the basketball down on the low post.
He's
trying to back in, loses the handle to Berger. Pike with it, very patiently backs it back out. And Rich Bensman is just barking out the call right now. Wants him to run it right. Set play they've got right here. They'll skip it across
They
top.
moving. They got to get moving. They got some fresh legs in there. They got to move it.
That always helps when you can go deep into that bench.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to run the motion offense, you're going to.
got
Your
to.
guys are good. But that's the idea.
Oh, threw
he
that
threw
one
that.
right away.
He telegraphed that one. He got it to a little flow that time.
Oh, too hard, no good. It was up by Brandon Miller, but he couldn't get the left-hander to
Mason
go down.
Smith just got it to a little rhythm flow, and they picked up on it and was just sitting
Pulled
there
up
waiting
from
for
the
it.
elbow hard off the glass. Benjamin asked Johnny Gertz what he was doing. Whistle, and that's going to be a blocking foul called by referee Yunker.
Yeah, he did. He slid underneath him.
And Johnny Gertz, I think, was getting an earful from Coach Benjamin and didn't get those feet moving.
He got an earful and got a chest full. I mean, he got double punishment there. That's like getting grounded and getting a spanking.
Stidham will check back into the game for the Blue Devils. Stidham almost comes up with the steal. It is finally knocked away. Gertz with the basketball.
They're going to kick it back out.
Tries to get it inside. Pike manages to come down with that loose ball.
Too many Braves around. Kind of like what Custard said, too many Braves.
Off the glass, too hard for Berger. Nolte comes down with a rebound. Nolte, look at him, Dwayne, trying to back down on Pike.
The Blue Crew, and Pike with a good job, got that elbow right in his kidney.
Turn around, Nolte though,
Nolte's
move.
He's a big, strong guy.
Well,
big, strong guy, and that's how you get.
He's bigger all around than Pike is, and so he's going to be able to use that muscle to back him down in there. And that's why I say they got to keep going to that. As we talk about Pike,
and Pike's going to use his quickness, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup here, Dave.
Yeah, it's two totally different ways of going about getting the job done, that's for sure.
Well, let's see if Will Nolte, if he keeps banging on Pike, if he wears them legs down a little bit.
Oh, Nolte with another nice inlet pass.
But you know what I like about Pike is he's not trying anything. He's not trying to do the impossible and swat that ball away, which a lot of times a leaper will do.
Yeah, and he, if that's the case, he'd be in foul trouble by now.
Already, and he knows that.
Stidham gets it up. Berger off the glass.
And Berger changes his body in air. Good athletic move that time.
26-10.
He was way underneath the basket, Dave. I wondered how he was going to try to weasel that one in there. Nice bit of athleticism.
16-point differential with Reading on top of Indian Hill. Behind the arc, no good. Rebound comes down to Mason Smith.
Well, that was their first tray look of the night, wasn't it, Dave?
I believe so. You're right. Uncontested for sure. Turnaround Pike. Oh, nice rebound on the backside there. Went it high up to pull that one down to Brandon Miller.
Did you see Pike though followed his shot? He was right there, and that ball would have came the other way.
Oh, tried to step through and whistle.
Oh yeah,
Gene Smith,
he was out of control. Gene Smith right there.
Brandon Miller will pick up his first.
Yeah, he was out of control. He didn't know where he was going with that ball.
Well, 4 fouls for each team so far with 2:56 to go. So,
hey Dave, and all four offensive fouls on the Braves.
That's a very good point. You're right. And I think that's frustration because they can't get anything done.
Right, they're trying to force it.
Berger off the rack, straight down the baseline.
Berger's wanting to have a career night. He said he's going to tell Tony, hey Tony, you might be the homecoming king, but I'm going to get all the points tonight. I'm looking for these two to really have a
bad pass off the fingertips. Braves managed to settle it back down. Continue to work it around the perimeter. They got to get the ball into Nolte. There's a good look. Tried to get Pike in the air. Backs around. Turn. Jumper. Nolte. I like this kid, Dwayne.
Yeah.
I like his
nothing
style.
Nothing pretty, but it gets the job done.
A working class man, the blue collar worker down in the paint is number 42, Will Nolte. Pike's got him out on the perimeter, but elects to give it up.
I mean, you ain't going to see that. He's not going to be no linguine Alfredo. He's going to be more like a pot roast.
From the top, but it looks knocked away by Pike, kept alive, I should say, and Mason Smith comes down with it. Stidham will swing it back out top to Gertz.
Oh, almost.
And
throws it away. Tries to do it with a no-look pass.
Unforced errors. Don't like those, and Rich Bedsman's going to tell Gertz about that right now. It's the second time he's giving him an earful. He may have given him a spanking, too.
Well, sometimes you got it coming. You throw away that pass like that on a no-look, that's pretty crazy. Oh, they got beat.
Baseline kicks it out. Got a good look. Awkward shot, though, Dwayne.
Yes.
They managed to come down with it. Now another one from behind the arc. Bingo!
Oh, that wasn't awkward. He felt it.
John Beatty knocks down a tray.
He said, I'm going to make that one like Mike. I'm wearing that number 23. I'm going to bang one down from long range.
Stidham down the lane, off the glass, no good.
Stidham does a great job of penetration. Nobody followed up for him.
Nolte trying to back Pike in. Turnaround jumper from 8 feet. Oh, soft
nice touch. Well, they're going to have to give Tony Pike some help down there because he just can't bang with him.
Pike has him out top. See if he tries to work him. He'll kick it across and now back out top. We're just approaching about 30 seconds to go here in this first half of action. Straight down the baseline. Oh, stuffed from the backside. It'll remain Reading basketball, but nice defensive help right there by Brandon
Mason
Miller.
Smith munched on that one. He took it in there amongst two Braves and just got whacked.
From the corner, in and out, no good. Nolte with the rebound. 20 seconds to go. Nice bounce pass. Oh, it's blocked! Oh, they're going to call foul! Gene Smith.
Right there. But Gertz, he climbed the ladder to swat that one.
Gertz will get whistled for the foul. That'll be his second. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see that one or not, but looked like a clean block. Nonetheless, it'll send Ty Snow to the line, number 20. That's that awkward shot as he's short off the front of the rim. Can't get that one to go either. Knocked out of bounds. I believe it's going to be, they're going to say tipped.
Oh,
It's
Gene
coming
Smith's going to
Reading's
call it
way.
the other way. Randy Younger, the ref closest, did not have a good view of that, so he didn't make the
if
call.
you're a Braves fan right now, you got to be a little bit happy. You've cut the deficit down to 11 points.
Well, they had an opportunity that time, Dave, to get under double
Oh, there's
digits.
a turnover. 8 seconds, got a man on the break. Can he put it in? Yes, he
Yes,
can.
he does. And Dave, they bring it down to under.
Shots on the way off the
hit the
front of the
rim.
rim and no good. So they managed to come back within 9 points to go to end that first half of action. So a nice job by Jim Bruce Bunch to at least get their ball club back into things. So after our first half of action here from Reading High School, the Blue Devils will take a 28-19 lead into the locker room
And
at
Rich
halftime.
Benjamin's going to be, I'm sure he's not happy with that last series of plays that his Blue Devils performed.
Well, they're going to have
out
to
there.
figure out a way, like you said, to defend Mr. Nolte down in the paint, because right now he's everything about
Yes,
Indian Hill.
just double him up. You got to double him up.
Folks, order that pizza. Make sure you tip your delivery person as well as possible. Take that potty break and grab a cold one of your
And
favorite
save a
choice.
slice for me.
Stick around.
I need it.
Exciting second half action from Reading High School on Winter Homecoming coming up here on ICRC.
Here we go!
Escorted by basketball players Rod Stidham and Eddie Wirtz. Cheerleader Nicholin Smith, escorted by basketball players Charles Pearson and John Gertz. Cheerleader Ashley Knox, escorted by basketball player Jeremy Overback. Cheerleader Ashley McKinney, escorted by basketball player Mason Smith. Cheerleader Amber Patman, escorted by basketball player Sean Curtis. Cheerleader Amanda Carpenter, escorted by basketball player Zach Taylor. Cheerleader Tara Smith, escorted by basketball player Jason Overback. Cheerleader Heather Linville, escorted by basketball player Jordan Williams. Cheerleader Heather Seifert, escorted by basketball player Jordan Smith. Cheerleader Christy Bemis, escorted by basketball player Rob Davis. And now we proudly present the members of our 2004 Winter Homecoming Court. Representing the freshman class of 2007, Princess Jerica Brinkman and Prince Sean Brady. Representing the sophomore class of 2006, Princess Kim Craven and Prince Ben Burwinkle. Representing the junior class of 2005, Princess Jessie Roth and Prince Tom Fletcher. And now, the 2004 Winter Homecoming King and Queen candidates. Queen candidate Danielle Beckman, representing varsity cheerleading, escorted by King candidate Nick Berter, representing boys varsity basketball. Queen candidate Jamie Collier, representing peer tutors, escorted by King candidate Joe Bell, representing mock trial. Queen candidate Amanda Pinner, representing National Honor Society, escorted by King candidate Tony Pike, representing boys varsity basketball. Queen candidate Jen Barnum, representing varsity cheerleading, escorted by King candidate Kevin Morgan, representing boys varsity bowling. Queen candidate Angie Hall, representing girls varsity bowling, escorted by King candidate Dan Preston, representing boys varsity bowling. Queen candidate Amanda Bartneck, representing girls varsity basketball, escorted by King candidate Tim Dick, representing varsity wrestling. Queen candidate Lisa Nolte, Blue Devil ambassadors, escorted by King candidate Justin Hubbard, representing boys varsity bowling. Queen candidate Rebecca Brown, representing student council, escorted by King candidate David Solomon, representing National Honor Society. Queen candidate Sarah Ely, representing Spanish Club, escorted by King candidate Brandon Pullman, representing boys varsity bowling. Queen candidate Jenna Burkhard, representing the yearbook staff, escorted by King candidate Daniel Hutzel, representing peer tutors. And Queen candidate Meredith Miller, representing girls varsity basketball, escorted by King candidate Brad Fletcher, representing Spanish Club. And now our 2003 winter homecoming King and Queen, Jake Hare and Courtney Engel. Welcome back to Reading High School. We are proud to introduce this year's 3 finalists for Homecoming King. With the following 3 candidates, please step forward. Nick Berter, Dan Hutzel, Tony Pike. And now this year's finalists for Homecoming Queen. With the following 3 candidates, please step forward. Jenna Burkhardt, Angie Hall, and Lisa Nolte. Our 2004 Homecoming King, as selected by a vote of all the students at the high school, is Tony Pike. And now the cheerleaders will present 3 covered roses to our Queen finalists. As they uncover the flowers, the 2 runner-ups will receive a red rose and our Queen will receive a white rose. Our 2004 Homecoming Queen is Lisa Nolte.
There you have a nice homecoming, winter homecoming festivities right there. You saw the King and Queen announced. The only thing you missed right now is a jump shot by Brandon Miller. To put 2 more points.
Yep, 7,
down to 7 points. You're absolutely right, Dwayne.
Well, Dave, I'll tell you, if looking at that first half, the field goal percentages were definitely in favor of Reading.
And Johnny Gertz got caught up in the air with nowhere to go, threw the ball away, and then Berter gets whistled for a foul.
Yeah, a little cheap
on the
foul.
way back down the
court.
But
those are ones, he ran it, initiated contract, changed his lane.
The Braves trying to cut back into this lead even more at one point, Dwayne. I believe it was like 16 points. They managed to do a nice job. Turnaround jumper, no good. Swatted away, and it'll come down in the hands of Stedman. Going the other way to Pike. Can't hold. Tried to just throw up something to keep the ball in bounds, but it's coming the other way with the Braves. They give it up. Head fake, nothing there. They'll kick it back out top. 3-pointer on the way. Can't get it to go. Looks like Nolte's going to fight out and get that basketball, and that's the way it'll be. Behind the back dribble. Up, left-hander, no good. Loose ball. Comes over to the corner, a little bit of contact, and it's going to go the other way. Looks like, well, check that. Looks like it'll be Braves basketball, Dwayne. Berter hustling after it, as
Gert
well
went
as
out
Miller.
On Gertz. Bounced off of Gert's leg. But again, that time, Nolte was able to keep that play alive.
Thought about jacking up to 3, nothing doing as they'll swing it around and continue to run the offense. Still looking to get the ball inside to Nolte. He's got some position. Can they get him the basketball is the case. It looks like he's getting a little aggravated, Dwayne. He's really working hard in there.
Jeremy Overbeck.
Off the glass. There's Nolte again.
Jeremy Overbeck's just trying to wrestle with him, but it's like a, it's like trying to wrestle a bear with a switch. He's just.
Well, after he got those 2 quick fouls, stepped out. That's going to be a whistle and a foul called against the Braves, John Wolfenden.
Yeah.
But you said, Jeremy Overbeck got those 2 quick fouls in that first quarter of action, and he has seen literally no time after that. Trying to look inside to Overbeck, see if they can get him the basketball. Nothing doing. Pike will pull up from the foul line, knock it down, picking right up where he left off, Dwayne. And now we see that full court pressure applied again. Just man-to-man pressure on the basketball.
John Wolfenden's not going to be able to hang with him with Pike either. I think that's a bad matchup on the defensive, but that's all they can do.
Kick's going to be called against Reading, and it'll be Indian Hill basketball, and they'll take it out right in front of their own bench. (30 to 23), 7-point differential. Reading on top, trying to get it into Nolte, tipped away off Reading, and it'll still remain Indian Hill basketball. Trying to get that ball down inside the Nolte.
They're trying to get it down to the workhorse.
Get it in on the low block, turn around, look a little baby hook,
nice
got that to go.
Wolfenden just with a little flip hook. Wolfenden showed he's got a little bit of ups there.
That's his first basket of the night. Draws the Braves within 5. Turnaround jumper on the baseline from Pike's a little hard. The rebound comes down to Reading as they'll set the offense back up once again. Blue Crew on their feet. Turnaround jumper. Oh, tough shot.
Yeah, from
by
behind the basket, David.
I'll tell you what, I've noticed a tendency in 32 Brandon Miller, always with the pump fake, never with an immediate drive or an immediate shot. Puts the ball to the ground, trying to spin around, gets caught, he'll give it up. Driving the baseline, nice move. Oh, just couldn't get it to turn over the top. But a nice move inside, dribble penetration.
That's a very difficult shot to make there, especially when you're that far underneath.
Pike's got it behind the arc, rattles it home, Tony Pike.
You give him
the King's in the house.
You give him a self-check, and he's going to burn you. You got to know where Tony Pike is at all times on that floor.
Dwayne, bad pass inside as Berger and Nolte get tangled up in the exchange, but Nolte called for it and then went ahead up top to set the pick, and they went ahead and put the ball down on the baseline, and nothing there.
Well, look what they're trying to do here. They're trying to pull him out.
Pike turn around, can't get it to go. Lost the handle on his own rebound. Comes down into the hands of Brandon Miller, who gives it up. 3-pointer on the way, can't get it to go. Nolte with a rebound for the Braves, turns around, bingo!
Nolte's got a nice little shot
there. Yes, he does. He doesn't have a lot of ups like you like to call it, but he's a smart, he plays within himself.
Look what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring Overbeck. They're trying to bring Overbeck out top. That's going to draw Nolte with him. They're trying to get that mismatch.
Oh, got a good look. Stidham from the corner. Bingo! It's a trade. Rodney Stidham.
And Jimmy Pruitt seen it. I thought he called a timeout.
I did too. All the whistles blew, but now there is going to be a call timeout. By Rich Bensman, I believe.
I thought Jimmy Pruitt made that call.
Well, he looked at his assistant immediately when they called for the timeout and said, wait a minute, who called the timeout? It looked to me like Will Nolte was the guy that took time, but no, it was actually Robert Sagers Sr. saying Rich Bensman called for a bench timeout. And they pulled back into this game.
Watch this matchup offensively down here. The Blue Devils, I like what they're trying to do. They're trying to pull Nolte out of the middle and open up that back door for obvious mismatch with Tony Pike on John Wolfenden.
Well, it's back up to 11 points, Dwayne, as we've got 3:11 to go here in the third quarter of action.
We're trying to get the Brave. Here we are. Kevin Dallas again with some stats. We're getting stats midway through the period. We are going to be spoiled. We won't be able to go anywhere else.
He promised us, Kevin Dallas did, every single time there was a stoppage in play, like if he had a timeout, he would have the stats.
Talk about hot off the presses. They're burning my hands.
I wonder if he can get hired as the same wage. Nolte off the glass and good. I wonder if Kevin Dallas, we could hire his services. Maybe he could take the same pay we get.
Yeah, and maybe he could be Spot's assistant.
The Spot told me he's perched high atop the building. Overbeck in and out, no good. Oh, look at Gertz just flying through with the rebound.
Gertz has been everywhere. He has been all over this floor tonight.
Pike will give it up. Berger likes it from the corner. Got it.
Oh!
Nick Berger's first basket in the second half comes behind the trifecta mark.
Well, Dave, he led all scorers in that first half. He was up by 1, and it's been the tail of the season. It's been him and Tony Pike back and forth.
Whistle and a foul. That's going to be called against the Berger. That should be his first here in the second half, and that'll be the team's second. Check it out there right on the replay. He got mauled.
Yeah, that's Nicky's second. That's his second foul tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to send Brandon Miller to the line. He typically can put some points up on the board for him. Nothing but nylon on that one for Brandon Miller. Second one's good as well for Brandon Miller. 41-31, a 10-point game right now. Reading with the basketball.
Well, Reading settled down after after letting the Braves pull it in 5, and they've gotten some good matchups and some good looks at the basket.
Stuck in a tough place is Stidham.
Yeah, well, Tony Pike and Nick Berger, man, they play some minutes, don't they?
Whistle, and it looks like a ticky-tack foul going to be called by referee Yunker out top against Brandon Miller, and that'll be his second foul. Team's second. Reading with the basketball. Working a little bit of offense. Bingo! Oh, they're hitting the trifecta. Johnny Gertz, his second bucket of the night, both behind the arc.
Dave, I was listening to see if I was illegally parked. You don't know tonight. There's so many Blue Devil fans here. They're parked on snowbanks and on sides of hills and everything.
I got to tell you, Spot put us up on a snowbank after 20 minutes of running around this place trying to find. This place is packed right now, capacity crowd.
Well, Rick Elliott, when I came in, he said, this is a big night for us here in Reading. This is the winter homecoming. And he said, and we're going to have a basketball game too.
Oh, stripped him.
Oh, he got armed. He got armed.
He did.
Call. Good call.
Our man Gene Smith right on the spot.
Gene Smith right on the spot.
That's distant
cousin of Dean Smith.
John Beatty's going to get whistled for the foul. That'll be his second foul. Team's third. Excuse me, checking. That should be their third foul here in a second. Called it on the floor. Or not, excuse me, check. That wasn't Beatty. Johnny Gertz, my bad. The Braves trying to get the ball inside the note. Oh, he got packed, and I think that's going to be against Jeremy Overbeck.
No, they called that one on Gertz.
No, Jeremy Overbeck.
Right there.
Yep, that's who got whistled
for. Oh, they
did?
His third. Yep. Oh, he was reaching in. He really didn't have to. I thought they got that on Gertz.
Nolte, couldn't get that one to go down.
They had Gertz's number up on the board. That's why I thought that. I didn't see it underneath, but that was a good call. And what a great camera shot there, Dave, to pick up on that foul as well.
Nolte misses the first one. He's 2 for 3 from the line tonight.
Well, Nolte has certainly been the dominant Brave here tonight.
He's going to take a seat after making that foul shot. He'll be replaced by John Wolfenden. And we see full court pressure being applied on the basketball with Tony Pike at the controls right now. Started out top by Shaw. Stidham will give it up. Berger's going to drive baseline. Nothing there, and they'll swing it back out top.
Well, they need to get some shots off while they've got Nolte out of there.
Well, look at Indian Hill picking up the tempo, Dwayne. They're pushing that offense really high out top.
Yeah, they are.
And they're all the way out to the midcourt stripe right now.
They got to find some mismatches, though. They got to find some mismatches.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Blue Devils basketball with 11 seconds left to go here.
Well, this will be a good spell for Nolte. He'll be out. He'll get him a good 30 seconds rest. plus the end of the period. And if they don't put up any points,
nice step through, but it's going to be whistled a kick against
I
the Braves.
disagree with that. I think both his feet was there. He didn't kick at that ball. It was just the ball was thrown into his leg.
They got 6 ticks left on the clock. See what they can do with the basketball. They got to hustle. They're down to 4, down to 3. Stidham with it. He'll jack it up. Oh, off the back of the iron. Can't get it to go.
He gave it a shot.
He sure did.
But I don't understand that, Dave. I thought they had the floor look that they wanted, that they had, with some mismatches there, and they did not attack the bucket at all. I think that played into Indian Hill's hands for that last little series, even though they're down by 12.
Yeah. 44-32 is our score after 3 quarters of play have been completed here. And like you said, that was a great job by Coach Jim Prue. Nolte hits the second end of the two-shot foul, comes to the bench, gets about a minute or so rest, turns around. It's going to get a little break here between the quarters. Now he's going to be fresh going back out there. They're definitely going to need him down the stretch.
Oh, for sure. He's been everything this far this evening, Dave. And, his shots and his positioning is what's going to keep them in it. Plus, they've got to try to keep forcing that ball into him and let him get Overbeck to pick up that deadly 4th foul.
Oh, yes.
And then that's going to change complexion.
Well,
both teams have plenty of room with the foul tree. Reading's got 3 to give before they go to bonus. So,
Nolte did the most of his damage when Overbeck was out of the game. He's got 19 points so far in tonight's contest. He's ready to set the inbounds the basketball to get this 4th quarter underway. 12-point differential. Check out Kevin Dallas once again. They'll jack it up. Bingo. Tony Pike, man. What a night. He's got 4 from behind the arc tonight. Oh, Nolte answers at the
with
other
a muscle
end.
move. Pounding it in.
18
He says,
points
you don't
for
got to
Pike.
give me the back door. I'm going to kick you in the front door.
Pike with 18, Nolte with
all
21.
Court pass.
Gertz trying to back in. He'll kick it out. Pike with the hot hand. Oh, can't get that one.
Oh,
Look at
Gertz
Gertz
get the
again.
rebound. Gertz is what you want in a guard. When your guards are rebounding
good
like
dish
that.
inside. Sorry to interrupt you, Dwayne. The running left-hander is good by Stidham. What a look inside there. Berger gave it up. Turn around. Nolte a little short. Not enough in the legs on that one.
That time Tony Pike was leaning on him and made him alter his shot. He tried to do a fadeaway jumper, and I don't think fadeaway jumpers in his shot repertoire.
Down on the block. Berger will turn around. Can't get it to rattle home. Indian Hill. Oh, Pike took it right from him off the glass.
Pike, hey, he must have heard you. I heard him say that Berger said, well, he was the king. Well, he wants to be the scoring king now. He's been on a tear this half.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Braves basketball. He's got 20 so far tonight. 14 for Berger, 21 for Nolte for the Braves. 51-34. Reading on top. Braves with the basketball. Out top to Shaw, down the lane, hops through. Oh, nice basket right
move
there. Stephen Budwig.
Well, Dave, now they let the hop step in there. That changes the complexion a little bit. But, boy, he found a nice little lane and took advantage of it.
Berger calls out the play out top. And he'll give up the basketball to Gertz. Back over to Stidham. And then back
I
into
guess that's
Berger's
called hopping down the bunny trail.
Oh, whistling a foul. Looks like Nolte didn't leave his feet, but I think he got a lot of arm on
Well,
that.
his arm extended way out above way up beyond his body. And they're going to call you for that.
The big man's picked up only his first foul so far tonight.
And he's been banging and battling down there in the paint.
Berger will toe the charity strike. First attempt. Bingo. Wolfenden checks back in along with Brandon Miller.
He's going to spell Eric Shaw, and Brandon Miller is going to he's going to take care. Let John Beatty take a little spell.
Berger gets them both to go. He's perfect from the line tonight. Stidham will apply pressure to the basketball. Braves run a little bit of that motion offense. They need to take a look inside, see what Nolte can do. Oh, tried to step through, lost the handle, picks it back up, forces up the shot, a whistle, and a foul.
I don't know how he got that one off. Brandon Miller was surrounded by Blue Devils.
It's going to be Tony Pike's first foul tonight.
Kind of like how I'll feel on Judgment Day, surrounded by Blue Devils.
Brandon
I
Miller
was
goes-
framed. It was all Dave, and it wasn't me.
Gets that one to touch just about every square inch of the cylinder, but falls through for Brandon Miller. Bingo. Much better shot, knocks it through.
Oh, the Blue Crew, they're up on their feet. It's a battle of the Blue Crew and the Brew Crew from the Braves.
Reading with a basketball. 53-38's their lead right now. Just under 5.5 minutes to go. You're watching this game on ICRC.
They're going to use that clock. They're going to use that clock.
David Terry along with Dwayne Reed in Cincinnati Hills action as we got a
Phil
whistle
Mann,
and a
that's
foul.
going to be 4 on
Number
Phil.
4. We'll check out that cast of characters real quick, Dwayne, as well. Helping us out here tonight on the cameras, we have Joe Hahn, Russ Ridenauer, Ryan Burgess, and Ricky Wolf, who's a Reading student who's helped us out before. With audio replay, we've got Trey Giese. Doing the graphics tonight is Clark Brin and Mini Main the Night, Mr. Mike Lyons.
Well, Phil Mann, they're going to elect to play in these last 5 minutes with 4 fouls.
Nice inlet pass there to Nick Berger.
That
who
was too
finishes it
easy.
off.
That was too easy when you're trying to climb, fight your way back into a game. You can't give up an easy bucket like that.
Three-pointer hard off the glass.
Oh, they're going to call Nolte with his
The
second.
iron, yeah.
He just got his
fouled
hand
Pike.
tangled up in there.
Nolte will pick up his second. 17-point differential right now. Dwayne is just a little bit under 5 minutes ago.
Both
4:52 to be
teams,
exact.
both teams just edging up on that bonus.
Whistle and a foul, and all of a sudden, Nolte picks up another one. So I just
Wow.
got done saying he only had his first foul. Now he's
Well,
got 3.
Tony Pike flew by him, and all he could do was grab him. And they're going to spell.
Yeah,
They're going to spell
Shaw
him.
will come in for him. Mason Smith in the game for the Blue Devils. Berger will take it baseline, kick it back out to Stedham.
Good ball movement by
Stidham
the
with the
Blue
basketball.
Devils.
Gonna patiently look for a good shot
Well, that's
right
what
here.
they got to do. The clock is their
Oh,
friend.
down on the baseline. Off
Berger
the glass.
again.
Berger trying to catch up to Pike.
Yeah. It's been the Pike and Berger show here thus far.
He's got 20, does Berger.
Stidham being stingy inside there.
On that tight defense, shuffling them feet, working hard, knocks that one away to Stidham.
He's got some quick hands.
Well, they're all tied up on my unofficial score sheet. Berger and Pike, 20 apiece.
Rodney Stidham's got some good quick hands.
And he moves his feet rather well,
Yes.
too. Jack up to 3, no good. They're fighting for the rebound. Pike comes down with it.
Oh, with some authority.
Stidham now with the basketball.
Look for him to move it around the same way.
Tony Pike playing a little inspired, you might say. He's got the basketball now, and he's going to call out a play. Had a backdoor cut with Gertz, nothing there.
They're just going to keep moving it around. Look for that mismatch. Look for the clear out in the mismatch.
Berger high out top. Baseline, Gertz.
Gertz.
Kicks
Oh,
it back
nice
out.
kick out.
Pike's
He had
not
3 guys
interested in
on him.
shooting
That was good. That was a good heady play right there.
Berger got a little bit of a lane. Good dish off. Smith on his way, gets fouled.
Smith hung on to that a little bit too long and tried to finesse it. He should have went strong, even though he was going to get hacked anyway. try to get that shot off.
Ty Snow will pick up his first foul. Right there, yeah, he got him good right there to Ty Snow, and that'll send
Well, a little
Mason
bit of
Smith to the
hesitation
line.
on Mason Smith. Give him an opportunity to close the gap on D.
Got one bucket tonight. One free throw to go with it. He's got 3 points. Extends the lead to 20, 58-38. Second one is good for Mason Smith. A 21-point differential. Braves with the basketball. They're looking to get inside the Shaw. Nothing there. Now swinging around top. Trying to step up and under. Forces that one. Can't get it to go. And the rebound will come down into the hands of John Gertz.
Well, John Beatty that time, he forced that one up.
It's like Nolte's set to check back into the game. Mason Smith being hounded, and Rich Benjamin says, don't like it.
Yeah, he didn't
I
like
called
it.
for a thumb up net high,
Right.
and nobody was getting there, and he says,
And there
give me
was
a
no
timeout.
movement that time. There was no movement away from the basketball at all. And I know Rich Benjamin does not like that.
Not one bit. Even though he has a 21-point comfortable lead right now with 2:38 to go in this contest.
But you still got to move. You got 2 minutes and 38 seconds. You got to move that around, try to get some open shots, and take them when you get them.
Well, is it going to be too little too late? Do you think there's any possibility that Jim Cruz Bunch can get back into this basketball game?
Well, Dave, when you're down by this much with this kind of time left, you got to shoot the trays, and
they
they
haven't
have not been. Their
Not at all.
percentage from the trays, have they even made one tonight? I don't think so.
I'm going to grab a stat
You know, we
sheet.
got all these stats. We got too many stats. I can't read that fast.
At the last break, they were officially 1 for 6.
Yeah, that's about where they're at. They made one tonight.
And thank you,
And here we
Mr.
go some more.
Mr.
Let's
Dallas.
see where they're at now. Let's
1 for 9.
1 for 9.
Berger drives baseline, gives it up to Gertz, and they'll swing it back around. Definitely
That's just a
got the
whisker
needle
above.
in the ball right
That's
now.
just
They're
a-
taking the air out of
Yep.
it.
That's just a whisker above 10%.
And he's going to call a 5-second violation against Rodney Stidham. And Rich Benjamin's going to argue
I
the call
agree.
with Gene Smith.
I didn't see where 5 seconds is if you're not moving the ball at all. And he was penetrating when he made the call. But Gene's my man. He's been doing
Pulls up, oh,
a
knocks
great
down
job.
the jumper.
And obviously saw something.
Got a little extracurriculars going on after Madden knocked down the basket. Looked like Beatty and Gertz, the 223s, were a little extracurricular with it after the play. Gene Smith says, boys, come here. Let's talk this out. Let's get it smooth and let's play some basketball. 59-40 is your score. Reading on top. They are content.
When you got a guy like Tony Pike, what an athlete. You can have him bring the ball down the floor. You can bring him out. I don't know how you defend against that.
Oh, almost a backcourt violation.
Over
Yep.
back, yes. Good call. That line, that ball hit right on the blue line. That time Stidham was where he wasn't supposed to be,
They stepped right into that pass, which was
Yeah.
intended for Pike.
and he got an earful.
Three-pointer on the way, hard. Rebound comes down on the backside to Mason Smith.
Well, now they got their quarterback with the ball. Literally. Tony Pike's looks like he's going to be having some stories to tell at the homecoming dance, wearing his crown around.
Berger with
Oh,
a strong
but
move.
Berger he's wanting to stake his claim.
Thought about putting it up. Nolte finally has the basketball. He's going to kick it outside. 3 on the way, no good. Gets the rebound, down on the block. Nolte uncontested off the glass. That kid is still having a phenomenal night. Whistle and a foul, and that's going to be against
That's it for Phil Madden.
Phil Madden.
Well, that was just a frustration foul.
It sure
by
was.
Phil, and he's had a frustrating evening this evening. Three of his fouls were offensive garnered.
Jamison Rolls will check into the basketball game to replace the now fouled out Phil Madden. That sticks him in the bonus. Foul shots coming as Stidham knocks down the first one. That's his first attempt from the line.
Well, looks like Reading's going to increase that streak, Dave. And you want your team peaking and streaking this time of the season, coming down that final run to the March Mayhem, if you will.
He knocks down both of them. Yeah, they came in here. They were on a 6-game winning streak. Moving the ball around. Jacks up to 3. Can't get it to go off the front of the iron. Nolte still working hard. Pike rejects him, and Pike comes down with the ball. Tony Pike will casually bring it across the timeline. This is all but over with less than 30 ticks left on the clock. Nolte guarded by, check that, Pike guarded by Nolte up top. They're not even going to look for it, Dwayne. They're just looking to get rid of the basketball as Nolte knocks it away from Sean Curtis, and will remain Blue Devils basketball. Under 10 seconds to go. In trouble in the corner, knocked away. Quickly come the other way. They got to get it off. Whistle goes and nothing. 63-42 your final. Reading comes out on top. Go ahead, folks, warm up a slice of pizza. Grab another cold one of your favorite choice. Even take a potty break if you need to. Dwayne and I will be back to wrap things up here from Reading High School.
Ah, yes, getting started. For most Americans, it can be very difficult, especially when it comes to saving money. But once you wake up to the fact that if you don't start saving now, you just might have the opportunity to work forever. And that can be a real eye-opener. Saving for your financial future is easier than you think. Get started and choose to save. It will pay off in the long run.
Blue Devil basketball court, where the Blue Devils have successfully defended their home floor tonight against Indian Hill. Last time Indian Hill was able to beat them at Indian Hill. This time they come back here in front of the Blue Crew and was unable to do it. Tonight's guys are, well, the guy of the year, Tony Pike, it's been one season for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a heck of a season. Kind of slow starting off, but once we got our Christmas break, we really turned it up, and we're starting to play more as a team and getting a little more depth.
Well, I know it's a little premature, but we're defending last year's state championship. What a good time to be, getting the peak and the momentum to be going down that run. Nicky Berter, great game tonight. Came out on top, leading all the scores.
Well, thank you. It was all due to my teammates. They fed me the ball, and I just drove the basket because they were playing pressure defense. So just do what you can.
Well, I love this when we got football guys turning the basketball on. And Mr. Sparkplug, Mr. Gertz, I'll tell you, one heck of a night tonight. You was all over the place. Your footprints are everywhere on this floor.
Yeah, well, I wasn't hitting my shots, and I made a couple errant passes, so I had to make up for it on the defensive end, or try to at least.
Well, hey, the defense was the tale tonight. I mean, the first quarter, they didn't even you had like a 16-point run on them, and they only scored 2 points all night. Great deal. Coach Bensman, I'd like to talk to you about some of your thoughts for this season, and what's your feelings of tonight's game.
Well, it's about what the boys said here. We started out a little slow. We were anxious to get into Christmas break because we thought we needed to get some things accomplished and done, and this is a great league to play in and for the tournament. I kind of mentioned that in the newspaper. You know, winning it would be nice, but I'll tell you what it does. It really prepares you for the tournament because you have to play everybody twice, and there's a lot of good coaching in this league, and everybody's prepared. And Indian Hill's got a good basketball team, Madeira, Wyoming, Finneytown. I mean, there's just Deer Park. I mean, it's just this league prepares you for the tournament. So winning it would be nice. We're trying to three-peat. That would be nice. But the preparation for the tournament that this league puts us in is good for us. And these three guys all year long, they're very unselfish. They one night it might be Johnny and Nick. Tony, doesn't matter to them, and they know they need to do the other things when it's not their night. When they're not getting the looks, whether it's with the other team's defense or personnel or what we're doing, and they're very unselfish about that. And I think that makes it a fun team to coach.
Well, and as a coach, again, you say that's fun, and it makes your job a lot easier when you're getting guys that can gel and that have been together. You know, these guys are been together since beginning of football season. So, you know, again, that gelling and that process, so many people don't allow for the chemistry that it takes to put a team together and a championship team.
Correct, and they've been together all their lives. Actually, they've been really good friends, and we were at a team dinner the other night at Tony Pike's house, and we popped in his tape of when they were playing down at the VYO Fieldhouse when they were like in third or fourth grade, and it was really fun to watch. So they've been together a long time, as you said, and that makes it fun too, and they're good friends.
Well, that's one of the fun things of being in a small, tight-knit community like Reading, where everybody knows everybody. Got to be a great time for all these guys. And Mr. Pike, congratulations, King, winter homecoming king, and all the festivities that go along with that. Dave, I guess we'll go to the recap.
Oh, yeah. Guys, congratulations once again. We'll go ahead and let you guys get showered up in the locker room. Excellent effort tonight. As always, Coach, good luck to you in the tournament postseason, boys. Thanks a lot. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, as Dwayne said, that the fabulous trio of seniors that Coach Bensman's got right here. As you said, Johnny Gertz only had 6 points tonight, folks, but it was everything else. The stuff that doesn't come up in this box score is what Johnny Gertz showed. He played tenacious.
Johnny hustled tonight.
The defense, the offensive, the defensive rebounds that he came up with is what helped put this team on top tonight.
Well, we talked about that earlier, Dave. When you got a guard that's making those kind of rebounds, when your guards are getting rebounds like that, that's great. I mean, as a coach, that makes your job so much easier. You got guys that are crashing the board like that. And I think the big tale, and we really didn't get a chance to talk to that with the coach, was the fact that they played under a lot more control.
Yes.
Notice the fouls. They weren't in bonus in either of the periods.
And that was the difference the first time that they met this Braves ball club over there at their place.
Right, and that's what we alluded to at the beginning of the game, Dave. You know, that's a 27-point differential, and that would have been huge tonight. That would have made all the difference in the game.
Absolutely right. At the final, as far as scores are concerned, Berger ended up with 22, Pike with 20. As we said, John Gertz had 6. And I'll tell you what, if you're Coach Bensman right now, you got this team clicking on all cylinders. If you're in their path right now, I got to feel you got a rude awakening ahead of you.
And they're thinking three-peats. You know, they're thinking it. They don't want to look ahead to that. But, man, you know that you can feel it. The intensity is there. His intensity as a coach, you can feel it on the sidelines. Hey, guys, every mistake you make is going to be accentuated in this series because it's going to stretch.
Your final score here from the winter homecoming. The Blue Devils come out on top by a final of 63-42 over the Indian Hill Braves. For Dwayne Reed, the entire cast of characters, and don't forget Minnie Main, Mike Lyons, this is David Terry saying so long, everybody.